Dear viewers, in this channel itself, back in November 2022, I have shared a detailed video about Varun Beverage. And since then, since November 2022 to till April 23, the stock price of Varun Beverage already moved up by 30%. So this 30% is a significant number considering the weakness of the overall broader market situation, because in the last 1 year itself, out of 3000 listed stocks, most of them, majority of them are corrected by 40-45% on an average from their all-time high. So in such a situation, so what triggered the rally of Varun Beverage? What is the future of Varun Beverage? What are the triggers that an investor should look for about the stock Varun Beverage? And what should existing investors do in Varun Beverage? So all these things we will discuss in this video with a lot of insights. I am Prasenjit Paul, author of the best-selling book How to Avoid Loss and Earn Consistently in the Stock Market, that sold more than 2 lakhs copies since 2015. And my recently published book Multibagger Stocks is also doing well in the market. So you can get both the books from Amazon or Flipkart. Simply search Prasenjit Paul books and you will get the book. You can simply place order to learn a lot of insights. First, in brief, let's understand what does Varun Beverage do. Simply, Varun Beverage is a manufacturer, distributor and bottler of PepsiCo brands in India, Indian subcontinents, and in also few other countries. PepsiCo brand means we all know the cold drinks Pepsi, Mountain Dew, Mirinda, 7-Up, then water, Aquafina, then Tropicana juice, energy drink, Sting. So all these brands are owned by PepsiCo. PepsiCo is obviously an US based company, but Pepsi is not engaged in manufacturing and distributions in India. So Pepsi provided the license, the only player in India, that is Varun Beverage. The company handles the entire manufacturing, bottling and distribution of Pepsi brands in India. If you look at the stock price chart of Varun Beverage since November 22 to this April 23, you will find in between the price corrected quite some time. So what triggered that price correction? Well, the significant development that happened in this carbonated drinks market is the entry of Campa Cola by Reliance Industries. Now Campa Cola is once upon a time that was the number one dominant brand in Indian cold drink market. That was back in 1980s. So what happened is, like, after 70s, Indian government banned Coca-Cola and all the foreign players, and then the Indian player Campa Cola gained a lot of popularity. But after the reintroduction of, like, after 90s, PepsiCo and Coca-Cola re-entered the Indian market, but since 90s, the arrival of PepsiCo and Coca-Cola, Campa Cola lost popularity, and over a period of time, they simply wiped out from the market. Now, what happened in 2022? Reliance Industries purchased the rights of Campa Cola and then they relaunched the brand with lower pricing. Now, we all know the strategy of Reliance Industries. We all remember the Reliance Jio, the evolution of Reliance Jio that completely disrupted the mobile telephony market. So what's the strategy? Very simple. सबसे पहले फ्री में सबको दो, then सबसे पैसा कमाओ. So we all remember that while Reliance Jio entered in the Indian market, they started offering free internet, and after that cheap internet at very low price, they started offering high speed 4G internet. As a result, what happened back then? A lot of players, Aircel, MTS, Uninor, and few other players also simply completely wiped out from the market. Even big players, Vodafone and Idea, merged, and the entity VI is still struggling in the market. So right now only Reliance Jio, Airtel and Vodafone Idea is there, and as a result all these three companies increased the 4G data price a lot compared to what was in the 2016-17 level. So similar kind of strategy Reliance wants to apply in every field. Whatever the field they enter, they first start offering the free and then cheap price, and after that cheap price, once competitors are completely wiped out from the business, then they increase price and increase the market share. So obviously similar is the plan of Reliance Industries, and this is why the stock price of Varun Beverage corrected. While the news first came into the surface that Reliance Industries launched Campa Cola at much lower price compared to Coca-Cola and Pepsi. In fact, after the launch of Campa Cola, the starting price may be at rupees 10. So Coca-Cola also reduced price on their smaller bottle. Now this is one positive, the launch of Campa Cola. Now let's have a look. What are the challenges that Campa Cola will face in the coming days? The long-term success of any brand depends on a lot of factors, and the Reliance Jio SIM was completely different line of business, and these carbonated drinks are also in different line of business. So the first challenge that Campa Cola will face is there is no such youth connection of the brand Campa Cola as on date. Now let me explain it. See, this cold drink, carbonated drink, the preferred age group, the youths, those are aged between 18 to 30, prefer cold drinks a lot. Now, those who are into this age group 18 to 13, they didn't hear about the brand Campa Cola because after 90s, Campa Cola was almost non-existent in the Indian market. So to reach among that population, Reliance needs a lot of marketing. Reliance obviously need to spend not only few, maybe few 100 crores so that to create a brand image among the youths. Those are aged between right now 18 to 30 years old. The second challenge is taste. See, while it comes to FMCG food, taste matters a lot. Again, it's not like Reliance Jio. Like in Reliance Jio, like in 4G internet, even if you access the 4G internet of Jio and someone else is accessing the 4G internet of Airtel, there's not enough difference because 4G internet, high-speed internet is high-speed internet. But while it comes to food, while it comes to FMCG company, taste matters a lot. We all know that Nestle Maggi is still the #1 player in the Indian market, not only Indian market, maybe across the world. After Nestle Maggi, a lot of competitors came into the market. बहुत सारे ये वो बीच में मैगी तो बैन भी हो गया था. Then a lot of players tried to capture the market share, but despite everything, people ultimately preferred Nestle Maggi. So similar thing is like this in FMCG. Taste matters a lot, and long-term success depends on the taste. So whether consumers will prefer Campa Cola over this Pepsi, Coca-Cola, Thumbs Up or not, that only time can tell. But yes, one thing is for sure, we all aware that back in 90s, after the arrival of this Pepsi, Coca-Cola and all, Campa Cola actually wiped out from the market. Now to reverse that thing is obviously very difficult, and consumer taste preference only time can say. The third challenge that Campa Cola will face is the distribution. See, Reliance Industries is now very strong in their e-commerce. Via JioMart, they can cover a lot of pin codes across India. Then they have already acquired the big bazaar stores, so smart bazaars is also their strong point. But this carbonated drink, this Coca-Cola, Pepsi and all, so Kirana stores plays a lot significance while it comes to selling Pepsi, Coca-Cola. We all know the VC coolers. So VC cooler is a kind of fridge that you can see in front of these small stores. So these stores are actually, these VC coolers are actually installed by the companies like Pepsi and Coke, and most of the sales, most of these low ticket sales happens through this VC cooler. Now to give you an example, like Pepsi, like Varun Beverage, they installed around more than 10 lakhs VC cooler across India. Now you can imagine like how much hard work or how long it will take for Reliance Industries to install this huge number of VC coolers across the Indian market. The fourth challenge the Campa Cola will face is the manufacturing. See, again, this carbonated drink, cold drink is a difficult market to penetrate. When it comes to manufacturing, you can't manufacture in Kolkata and sell at Mumbai. If you want to sell in Mumbai, you must have manufacturing unit somewhere around Mumbai, because it will take a huge logistics cost to carry these cold drinks and all from one state to another. So this is why to successfully penetrate Indian market, such companies require manufacturing plant at least in every state, which is again not easy to replicate. Obviously, Reliance don't have the manufacturing plant in all of the states right now, but on the other hand, this Coca-Cola and this Varun Beverage covers almost all major states in India. So it will take a lot of time, a lot of effort to replicate the huge number of manufacturing plants that competitors already have for Campa Cola. So the four challenges that I have already mentioned, first is there is no youth connection. The second is consumer taste preference. third is distribution network, and four is manufacturing plant. So these are the four big challenges that will restrict long-term success of Campa Cola. Obviously, only time can say that whether this Reliance Industries or Campa Cola can successfully penetrate or not. But from my point of view, and this is the reason I also didn't sell Varun Beverage, because from my point of view, it's very hard to penetrate or to disrupt the FMCG market like cold drinks compared to mobile telephony market. As I have mentioned, like it is very easy to disrupt like 4G internet, because internet में क्या है difference नहीं है. Like आज मैंने Reliance का 4G यूज़ कर रहा हूँ, कल अगर कोई दूसरा प्लेयर सिमिलर कॉस्ट या चीप कॉस्ट में अगर मुझे दे तो आई कैन इजीली शिफ्ट दैट, आई कैन चेंज दैट कीपिंग माय मोबाइल नंबर सेम. But this is not the case of FMCG companies more, and so this Coca-Cola carbonated drinks market. So this is a lot different. Now, this is why I am holding Varun Beverage despite the entry of Reliance Industries, Campa Cola, and I think whatever the challenges that I have already shared can pose a major threat to Reliance Campa Cola. Now I will share the near-term positives about Varun Beverage that can trigger rally in the stock price. Before that, I want to share you can follow me across social media for getting free insights related to the stock market. You can follow me on Twitter, you can join in my Telegram group. Now remember, there are many fake Telegram channels in my name, but yes, in my profile picture I have clearly mentioned that I don't provide any kind of future or option, currency, whatever, Bitcoin and all, and maximum fraudsters actually do that. I also never ever offer any kind of return guarantee. So if you find anywhere in internet someone is offering return guarantee, this Bitcoin, future and option using my name, then obviously you can understand that that's not me. So coming back to the positive triggers about Varun Beverage. The first positive is obviously strong fundamentals and improving fundamentals. Even if you look at the debt to equity ratio, this is improving since the last 3-4 years. Return on equity, return on capital employed, growth margin, everything is picture perfect. Now to know more about how I do fundamental analysis, what are the parameters, what are the websites I look, you can simply refer to my website where I have a detailed video tutorial about fundamental analysis. You can simply visit the website prasenjitpaul.com, scroll down and check the fundamental analysis course and you will get the entire details. Moreover, the link is given below on the top right corner of this video. The second positive trigger about Varun Beverage is early summer in 2023. See, in 2023 across the India, we have noticed that the temperature moved up a lot starting from February itself. So it means simply, so in previous years, normally carbonated drinks, cold drinks started gaining in the stores as cold drink sale improved starting from March or something like this. But in this year itself, from February itself, these players or these small stores are reporting good number of cold drink sales. So it simply means that year on year analysis, if we look at the company margins or the sales, we can expect an improvement in the March 23 quarter. So obviously compared to March 22 quarter, I am expecting that this time Varun Beverage can report good numbers in this quarter. The third positive is market penetration. See, Pepsi or like Varun Beverage, it still don't have 100% penetration across the Indian states. Like the states like Bihar, they made an entry just 1 or 2 years back. So still there are a lot of tier 2 and tier 3 cities that the company is targeting, to penetrate, and they also increased their capacity, their manufacturing plant in the recent years to penetrate those market. So obviously that's also a great near-term positive for Varun Beverage. Overall, as an investor, you need to follow the margin trend. Now, while I'm saying margin trend, you can't compare margin quarter on quarter basis for companies like Varun Beverage having seasonal business. You need to compare year on year. It means you need to compare December 22 result with December 21 numbers. You need to compare March 23 result with the March 22 numbers. So if you can compare this year on year trend, you will find since the last 1 year or so, the margin kept on increasing, which is very positive for any stock. In my book, Multibagger Stocks, I have clearly mentioned that if a company can keep improving the margin over a period of 1 year or 2 years, then the stock price must generate multibagger return for investors. Again, you can read the book because see, books are one of the cheapest way to gain a lot of knowledge, a lot of insights over a period of time. So yes, so in this Varun Beverage, as you can see in my screen, so this margin trend, if you compare the year on year number, you will find since the last 1 year margin improved a lot, and I am expecting this trend can continue in this quarter, January to March 23 quarter as well. So as an investor, have a look at the margin trend. If you find in the coming days after some period that the margin deteriorated or there is some pressure on the margin, that can be a threat from the Campa Cola, that can be due to the entry of Campa Cola. But as long as margin remains similar zone or it keeps improving, till then that is positive for the stock, obviously along with the EPS improvement. So you can simply comment below regarding your thought process, regarding your views about Varun Beverage and when and what price you have invested, because I have shared the stock Varun Beverage a lot earlier to my paid members. So you can share your views and you can share your investing experience. Also, if you learned something new from this video, kindly like the video and share it with your friends and family. And to get such insightful video on the coming days, please subscribe and turn on the notification. So that's it. As on today, I'll come with another insightful video on some other day. Till then, happy investing.